Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 21st, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, which gets the message of spirit out to more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. And yeah, everything's there for you to click and purchase a reading. So let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, it's also linked in the description box below, my website. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. These cards are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful, but they're so slippery. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Perfect. Okay. Let's just make sure you can see everything. Yes, you can. Okay, so we are crowned here. Oh, I love it. The Three of Swords reverse. Now, this is a really great moon. This is a really great moon for so many of us during this time. And it really looks like this is a moon here for us, Cancer, that really helps us heal a broken heart. Or, when we feel like we're not being seen or we're not being heard, or old traumas have come back into play and we doubt ourselves and we fear. This is going to be a moon where we see ourselves like releasing a lot of the hurt and the pain that we have had before, and releasing a lot of the doubt that has held us back and has kept us from moving forward the way that we want to. So that is a really great thing with the Three of Swords. But also remember, that does mean that we also went through some traumatic stuff, which is normal in life, but it leaves its scars. So if we think, oh, I should just be over this, I don't know why I'm still upset about this, you're also going to find out information during this time where it's like, oh, wow, like my body was more vulnerable to this, or I reacted this way because of XYZ. There's going to be something that kind of puts the puzzle pieces into place, and you're like, oh, didn't know that. That's really cool that I learned it. Now I can move forward. And it's like, I don't have to be as scared anymore. That's going to be a really big thing. Now, this full moon on the 21st of July is in Capricorn. Capricorn is our sister sign. It brings out the best in us. It can bring out the worst in us. This is really, really good. So just being aware of that this can be an intense moon. So it moves us then to the Page of Swords reversed. So this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're born on the cusp with Gemini, if you have air sign energy in your chart, know that this part of your personality comes through a little bit immature, but also biting. So, if it's in your Mercury, it can be, I laugh because Mercury has moved into Leo. So we have fierce words during this time. It moved into Leo on the 21st of July. Not the 21st, on the 2nd, there we go. On the 2nd of July, Mercury moved into Leo. And so there's a fierceness in our words now. There's a real sense of like, no, I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking the way I need to move forward for me. And there's a clarity. And here we can think that that's that clarity coming forward, but it's not really. It's a sense of doubt. It's a sense of feeling like I don't get to have my voice, and I get to look at what other people are saying, and that is deeply impacting me. If we have child energy around us, right? If we have children, if we have grandchildren, if we work with children, nieces and nephews and all those good things in our lives who are air sign energies, they can have a really hard time communicating their feelings. And that can make us really frustrated because they're going to go and want to go out and do, especially if they're in the Northern Hemisphere and it's summer, they want to do all these things, but they're having a hard time communicating what's holding them back, what's making them doubt themselves, what's making them feel like they can't say what they want to say. So just be mindful about this. It doesn't mean that it has to be little kids. It can also be teenagers, which can get things to be even more tricky. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be really important. And we ourselves, during this time, Cancer, are going to see when we as children, and that also means teens, right, didn't embrace our voice or couldn't embrace our voice for whatever reason. And this is going to be a time of healing with that, but also the first step is the recognition of it. So that's really important. It moves us then to the King of Pentacles. So this is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you're born, to say on the cusp with Virgo, but you wouldn't be. That's impossible. But I see if you have strong Virgo in your chart, because that came through very powerfully, but earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this is being very prosperous. This is being very determined. This is being really grounded and really super sensible. And in a Capricorn full moon, this is heightening that success. And remember that a full moon is the conglomeration of the intentions that we set in the new moon in Capricorn 6 months ago. So this was at the beginning of the year. Kind of, I'm seeing this really intertwined with our New Year's resolutions. So here with the King of Pentacles, it's around success, around money, and also around work. So this is a really blessed moon for, networking, for seeing your business grow, for getting new ideas, for, if you don't own a business, it's seeing your spot at work, right, growing. You're seeing yourself get more recognition, but also more confidence within yourself. And there's a power to that, and there's a purpose to that's leading you forward. And it moves us then to the Page of Pentacles, which we're going to see again that child energy come forward of our inner child, and that real sense of, okay, this is the passion that I'm putting into things. This is the prosperity that I want. And we're seeing that spark from when we were little. And it's like, I can live my dreams. It may not be the exact way or the exact language I had to describe my dreams when I was small and I wanted to be a superhero, right? Or a dinosaur or a unicorn. But it is saying here, I want it to be special, right? I want it to be fierce. I want it to be powerful within my own skin. And that's going to be what we're moving forward towards during this time. Also know that on the 2nd of July, we also had Neptune went retrograde. Okay, so Neptune went retrograde, and that will be until the 7th of December. And that really dissolves illusions. All of a sudden, things become a lot more clear. Like the fear, the shadowiness of things, that starts to just pull away. And it's like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can move forward this way. Oh, I do have this. And that's going to be very empowering and very, enlightening for us during this time. So it's in the month of July, right? And I know you might be thinking, why are you talking about the astrology at the beginning of the month when we're talking about the moon, towards the end of the month? Because it all is coalescing, and the Capricorn energy brings a stabilizing, kind of maturity to us. A sense, it can get curmudgeon-y, right? It can get curmudgeon-y, and we're not going down that path, but it brings a stabilizing sense of, oh, this is what I want. And we're going to see it's kind of like we powered up, like in a video game, we got the coins, we leveled up. I'm seeing like Mario Kart, right? And we're now able to move forward on the 21st. It's like, oh, I got this. Because we also here have Polaris, which is the third largest asteroid in our solar system. It comes out of retrograde and goes direct in Scorpio. And Polaris is all about, our inner wisdom. It influences our inner wisdom. It influences our creative energy and light and power that we bring out into the world. And Scorpio just amplifies this. And with this full moon in Capricorn, we can start to see, okay, my creative energy is amplified, and I can turn that into a productivity for me. It's either in, for money sake, or for what we love as much as money, coming forward, or what we find as secure as money. And that's going to be a very, very good thing for us. On the 11th of July, Venus enters into Leo. And so we're a little bit cat-like when it comes to love, right? We're a little bit like love on my terms type of thing. So just be aware of that, Cancer, because we're going to be less like that, because that's just not our energy. So much of like, oh, love on my terms, but we are going to be able to really voice what we love, what we want in love, and what we love in love. So that's going to be important. And when our partner or, the people around us are a little bit more cat-like, we're like, oh, okay, I see that Venus energy here. Respect that. And we can also say whether we put up with it or not. So just being aware of that. The Four of Swords is resting. This moon is also going to help us rest. It's going to help us honor our story. It's going to help us see ourselves. And as we do so, we're looking at things and saying, I can't burn the candle at both ends. Because though I might have this burst of productivity, I might have this burst of, feeling like, oh, I'm super successful, I'm getting all of this done, the crash is not going to be worth it. So being aware of that is going to be very important. We then have the World, which I absolutely love this card. Yeah, with that beautiful bumblebee right there, we have the world opening up to us. And Cancer, what we're saying is, how do I step forward into this world and into my power, into myself? It's not just about my own little corner of the universe. It's about how I connect with the world at large, which can seem a little bit daunting, but I see you more as like connecting more. It doesn't have to be in face-to-face. It can be online. It can be, through emailing people or talking to people that you never would have thought you would be able to talk to. It can be joining communities. But what it is, it's really seeing yourself spread your wings. It's like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I got this. And then even though we don't have to leave our homes, we can totally Emily Dickinson this and stay in our homes and be, I mean, she was a recluse, right? You could be like that. But the connection that you make is going to be so important with the community around you, with the world at large. And I just see that as a beautiful thing, because even though she stayed in her house for like ever, right? She impacted the world in a way that most people never do. I mean, we know her name today, and she lived in this nice house in Massachusetts. So here, looking at this and embracing our power, that is going to be important, and knowing that we are connecting with the greater world and that we are moving this energy forward. One more thing to be aware of is that on the 20th of July, Mars moves into Gemini. So we're a lot more blunt with our words. And that also is going to be really great for setting boundaries, but we need to be mindful about this with ourselves and then with those around us, because we could be like, wow, why is everybody so sharp? Why is everybody so harsh? And it's because, Mars has moved into Gemini. Gemini is all about communication, all about travel, and we seem to be doing things a little bit more aggressively. And also, Mercury, which rules Gemini, moves into Leo, another fire sign energy, which brings that fiery spiciness to things too. So just being aware of that is going to be important. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck to everyone. Here we have the ostrich. And so the message from the ostrich is, oh goodness, as it falls. Okay, the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. And that's going to be really important. This moon has us being super logical about things, super practical. I mean, Cancer, you're ruled by the moon. So the moon's changing faces. A full moon deeply affects you. A new moon deeply affects you. It can take a while to realize it. Okay, but once we do, as Cancers, it's like, oh, okay, I see this ebb and flow of me. The full moon is the spotlight. It's the spotlight on the intentions we set for ourselves 6 months ago. And what we're going to be seeing here is a power of us moving us forward. And there's this real sense of my heart, my love, which Cancer we're so good at. We're so good at our love, moving us forward into power, into distinction of self. And here we're going to see the practical uses of such a beautiful heart. Because we can look at things and say, well, I can feel the world too much. I'm too sensitive. I'm too this. I'm too that. And in our world, we can think almost of our sensitivity and our compassion and our love as a deficit. And it most definitely is not. So being aware of this, and this moon really helps shine the spotlight on what we love and how to move forward in love and how that is our superpower. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And this is the inner child, reverse. So here we have the Page of Swords, where we need to embrace our voice, right? But this is the heart chakra. And this is saying, I embrace my inner child. I love my inner child. I'm here with you. I see you. I'm connecting with you. And we need to do meditations around that, because part of the scars that we're healing from, well, not the scars, the wounds that are becoming scars that we are healing from and that we're becoming more mobile with. Because when you have a really bad scar, how tight it is. And we need to work it. We need to moisturize it. We need to, keep on healing and keep on taking care of ourselves. And here with the inner child, part of those scars were around our childhood, or around the way we saw ourselves when we were young and what we thought we need to do in order to better our lives and move us forward. So this is going to be a time of connecting with that inner child and telling yourself how much you love yourself. It's not egotistical. It's not negative. It is an absolutely beautiful thing to do. And so if we do the inner child meditation, where you take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and you see yourself, as the adult you are now, kneeling down and holding your arms open, and then just see the kid that you once were running into those arms and swoop that kid up in the biggest hug and tell them, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you. You will always be safe in my arms. I will always honor you, cherish you, and love you. You're the most fantastic person in my world. I listen to you, I respect you, and I adore every inch of you, because you are so special. And by saying that to your inner child, you are telling yourself how much you love yourself from the tip of your head to the tip of your toes, and how special you are to you. Because we need to remind ourselves of this. Because sometimes we look in the mirror and it's like, well, I made that mistake and I did this and I did that. And Spirit's like, stop. You cannot change the past, but you sure as hell are powerful in the present. And see yourself as that powerful being. Tell that inner child you will be amazed at the person you become. It moves us then to our Lunar message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, flip them over. Okay. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Going deeper, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh. Well, I'm going to do these two here because I totally forgot what that was. Actually, we'll do one, but these two fell out extra. So, angels and spirit guides. Okay. So with our crown, okay, we are blossoming. And you and your loved ones are safe. We need to know that for ourselves. And then we have the new moon in Capricorn, which is when we set our intentions, which was most likely around us being safe and blossoming into the person that we wanted to be. And it says your hard work is paying off. So knowing that right off the bat, your hard work is paying off, you and your loved ones are safe. It doesn't mean that nothing bad will ever happen, right? It means that you are watched over and guarded by your angels, and you are blossoming into the person that you need to be after heartbreak. But you are also letting yourself blossom. It's like, okay, I'm ready to open up. I'm ready to embrace this new side of me, or this new, action within my life. And it moves us then to action over the Page of Swords reverse, where we have that doubt around our voice, but we're also helping to guide people who find it difficult, especially young people. It's young people. Or it could be somebody who's also immature. Like you might look at them and be like, wow, okay, I don't know how you made it to this age being like that, but that's okay, type of deal. And we move to action. And it says, a fiery climax approaches. And that's reverse. So as we embrace our action, as we embrace our tenacity and our power, there's a sense of like, I don't want things to change too much. I don't want there to be this big crescendo. And so we're pushing off and we're pulling back from something beautiful that Spirit is sending our way. So being aware of that is going to be important. There's a lot of change that's coming in here during this time. Now, reversed, it says that the answers you need are coming. So being aware that the moon is giving us a lot of change. And even though the answers you need are coming, we can feel a little bit apprehensive about embracing those answers. But also we can find it hard to listen to our inner self and hear that knowledge and hear that sense of balance. And it leads us then to self-reflection. And then it says, what do you need to release? And that's reverse. It's like, no, I want to hold on to everything. It's like, no. Self-reflection. As you're looking at the mirrors of yourself, as you're seeing yourself through the annals of time, your history, your story, your great masterpiece of life, which is your existence. What do you need to release? What is holding you back? Because it is around, here, it is around something around prosperity that you thought when you were little. Just as the answers you need are coming, because it's reversed. It's like, no, I don't want to hear that. Around a change that needs to be made that helps you become more prosperous, that helps you step into and level up your prosperity, your abundance, however you see that in your life. And it brings us then to slowing it down, right? Slowing it down, honoring our story, embracing the sacred masculine aspect of our being. And it says here, believe in the impossible. And that's reverse. It's like, we don't want to believe in the impossible. And yet Spirit is saying, one of the things we have to do to embrace our sacred masculine side, to embrace our warrior side, our strong side, our, determined side, our focused side, you know how guys can tune things out. I'm sure women can too. I personally cannot. Okay. And you could be talking to them and think that they're listening. And they're like, what did you say? Here, I just see that laser focus being so beneficial to you, even though it's so annoying, right? It's so annoying when you can't do it. But here you have that ability to pull in that laser focus. So just be aware of that. And that's going to be one of the part of the really beautiful sacred masculine things that you are embracing. Because I don't like to use the word toxic masculinity, right? There's mature masculinity, and then there's immature masculinity. And here, this is being that mature masculinity that, people crave. People really do crave that in this world. And it's believing in the impossible, even though that's going to be hard. Even though this moon can make us feel like we should all just be accountants, type of thing, be really kind of like, not set in our ways, but really fact-based, really logical, really step by step by step. This is how I should have done it, or this is how you should do it. Especially if we're not that way personally, like if we're more creative, a little bit more, kind of like go with the flow type of people, it can be a little bit hard, but it's here believing in your dreams. And then not thinking, oh, I have to revamp my whole entire existence in order to be more XYZ. It's like, no, I need to embrace my power to really stand in the beauty that is me. And then we have abundance. And then we have reverse, nothing will come of this. And nothing will come of this situation is the void of course. The void of course happens numerous times over a lunar cycle. And it's just where things don't go your way. And it only lasts for like a minute or two. But some people don't take phone calls during this time. Some people really try to avoid it. But here, it's the reverse of nothing will come of the situation, right? So you're going to see things come of the situations. You're going to see power guiding you forward. You're going to see yourself stepping into a place of abundance that you didn't think you could be. And that leads you to the world. That leads you to opening to the world opening to you, to seeing yourself in a very different light and in a very different way, and really embracing your power. And that is an absolutely beautiful thing. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message, which here it is the nuthatch. I believe that's how you say that. And it says, stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. So stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. You are going to start to see things very differently because of this moon. You're going to start to see your power very differently because of this moon. And as you do so, you start to see, like, it's like, oh, I can do that. Oh, I got this. And that's what this moon gives us. This moon is a spotlight. It's a shining gift, right? It says, you got this. I know you've got this. And I'm going to help you to succeed and achieve. I'm going to help you to open up those doors. I'm going to help you to get to that next level. And you're going to be surprised at what you can do. And I'm shining the light. I'm shining the light on what you need to see. And it brings us then to our chakra message, which is, I totally forgot about the energy you need to be mindful of, which I'll do in just a moment, which is here, this is personal power reversed. And so this is the solar plexus chakra. We'll have a tendency not to listen to our gut. Why? Because we think we're overreacting to things. Are we? No, we're not. So just be aware of this during this time. Our personal power comes in. We need to listen to it. Are we going to want to? No, we're not. We're not. We're just not going to. So know that there's a blockage in the solar plexus chakra, in trusting our gut and seeing ourselves. So let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. This correlates perfectly with the whole entire reading. The energy to be mindful of with the Five of Swords right here is that we forget that we have changed. We forget that we have evolved. We forget that we're not the person we were once upon a time. And that is a very big thing. It is a very big thing to be so transformed in your life. And that's what you are. Be mindful of the Queen of Cups. Cancer were represented by the cups in the minor arcana. And so here, when the Queen of Cups comes in, it's like, be mindful, you can get in your own way. You'll know it, absolutely. And others will know it too. So just be aware of that. We can also be too caring, to the point of just absolutely self-sacrificing. So being mindful of that energy as well is going to be really important. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Fool. We have to allow ourselves to be the Fool, to take the path less traveled, to move forward in the energy that we want, and to say, you know what, everybody's foolish. Until you succeed, until you win, everybody goes, oh, well, that's a foolish idea. Oh, you'll never do that. If you don't go the normal beaten path, and if you're here, even if your job is more traditional, right? Even if you're not a tarot card reader, you are going to find that you don't go the normal beaten path. You're always just a little bit off doing your own thing, like just a little bit different. And that really bothers people. It can bother us as we are growing. I just want to fit in. I just want to be like everybody else. But it can really bother people because it's like, why don't you fit into the box I want you to fit into? It's like, because I was never made for it. Darling, I was never made for it. And that's the energy you have to embrace. Like, I was never made for that. I need to move forward in the power of me. And that's going to be so important here. And it's going to lead to such abundance. Even if it's not the big house and fleshy cars and all of that, it's a sense of contentment. It's a sense of, I can take care of my responsibilities. It's a sense of, I'm good. I got this. It leads us to the moon, which is creation. And again, embracing that creative energy. And it is meditate and contemplate. So as we embrace our creative energy, and as we connect with that creative energy, we need to meditate and contemplate. We need to slow it down and see ourselves. And that is going to be one of the most important and beautiful things we can do during this moon. All right. Cancer, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Cancer, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye. Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 21st, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, which gets the message of spirit out to more people. So thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Just going to make sure everything is in frame and you can see it all perfect. All right, we are crowned here. Oh, I love this card. Look at this. Look at that beautiful peacock. Okay, this is the 9 of Cups, and this is a wish. This is like a cross your fingers. I hope this happens. I wish this happens type of thing coming forward. So this is really beautiful because you're going to see that it gives you the confidence to like jumpstart things, to really move things forward and be like, I can do that. I can do that. And it all starts with a small little wish that you wouldn't think was such a big deal, but it's like, I got to win. And that win, I'm just so excited for it for you because that win is so beautiful. It's like, oh, if I can do that, then what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And so it starts pulling things forward for you, Scorpio, in a way that's like, oh, wow. And because this full moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about getting things done, right? It's all about lining things up, getting things done, practical, determined, hardworking. And so that energy just feeds in so well with this small win. And all of a sudden it's like, I can do this. It's like, I can open up my whole world to me. And that is beautiful. It moves us then to the Magician. I love this for you. It is standing before the altar of our existence, claiming our magic, claiming our power. So often we overlook ourselves. We look at other people, we compare ourselves to others. Comparison is a thief of joy. Every flower blooms in their own time. And so here with the Magician, we're seeing our magic, we're seeing our power, we're seeing our purpose, we're seeing our potential, and we're saying, but this is what I'm good at. And instead of thinking, well, everybody else is good at this too, it's like, no, I'm going to lean into my strengths and lean into being me. No, because you're the only you out there. And it's such a miracle that you're here, right? There's so many different things that have to come together in order for you to be on this earthly plane. And so now it's starting to look at your magic, look at yourself, and really celebrate you. And that's a great thing. It's not egotistical. It's not angry. It's like, no, this is me. We then have the Eight of Wands. Okay. So, Scorpio, things are going to go a bit slow. We're going to get a little bit annoyed at this because the Eight of Wands is like, okay, it's happening really quick. We have to kind of take things in and then react. But we're going to want things to be speeding up. And this is going to be a time where it's like, okay, slow it down, look, both ways before crossing the road type of thing, and then move forward. And that's going to be actually very good. We're having a pause, put on thing, or a cautiousness around us that is very beneficial. And let's just talk astrologically speaking about this time frame, about July. So we have this Capricorn full moon, all about getting things done, all about moving forward with tenacity and independence of self, and like, yeah, I can do this. And at the beginning of July, we have Neptune going retrograde, okay? Neptune goes retrograde on the 2nd of July all the way to December 7th. And this is so good. This is so good for us because it lifts the illusions of things. It makes things a lot more real, which Capricorn energy ruled by Saturn very into. It's like, it's real. It's like the nitty gritty of it all. And so we're able to have the illusions be lifted. And that's why we're able to see what it is that we desire and also make practical wishes for ourselves. It brings us then to also on the 2nd of July, we had Mercury going into Leo, which makes us a lot more confident in our words, a lot more straightforward, a lot more determined. Now, do be aware, okay, that we also have on the 20th, I know I'm jumping ahead, on the 20th of July, we have Mars entering into Gemini. So even though we have this Mercury in Leo energy that makes us more confident with our words, on the 20th, we have this Mars going into Gemini energy, which can make everybody a little bit more combative. And everybody's really confident within themselves and what they're saying. And so I'm right, you're wrong type of thing. We have to be very mindful of this. But it's also a great time to set up boundaries for ourselves and to say, okay, this is what I accept. This is what I don't accept. It moves us then to Polaris, which is the third largest asteroid in our solar system. Okay, it went retrograde. No, it comes out of retrograde. There we go. It comes out of retrograde and has gone direct in Scorpio. And Polaris is all about, the importance of our inner wisdom, of our creative light, of our dreams. And Scorpio, it just kind of feels for us, especially since we're Scorpios, right? This is going to impact us more. It feels like, my gosh, I've come home. My gosh, I can see it now. I can see it clearly. So knowing that energy is here for us is going to be just so beneficial. And it moves us to on the 11th of July, we have here Venus entering into Leo. So love, a little bit cat-like. Everybody's a little bit cat-like when it comes to love. Love is going to be on my terms. I'm going to leave when I want to leave. I'm going to come when I want to come, type of thing. And that's just going to be how we are. So just embracing that. For water sign energy, that's a little bit difficult because we're not fire sign energy, and we can find it really hard to take that in. It's like, no, if I love you, I love you. If I don't love you, you'll know. I'll tell you. And we'll be moving on. So just being aware of that is going to be really important. It moves us then to the Three of Pentacles. We work really well with others, and we're actually going to find a lot of satisfaction and a lot of coming together with different people, different ideas, different ways of looking at things. And it brings us then to the Fool reverse. So even though we have this confidence within us and we're seeing ourselves move forward really, really well, we are a bit stuck. And so an acknowledgement of that stuck around our passion, around our fire, around the way that we want to move forward, it really comes out in the Fool, where the Fool reverse is like, I'm afraid to take this leap of faith on me. I'm afraid to take this jump, to go after, to see what it is that I want, because what if they see me as a fool? What if they do? What was it? My gosh. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Spirit just showed me this image from a documentary I watched like a zillion years ago that I completely forgot about. And it was with ice being put into water. And people thought ice was heavier than water, like it wasn't made up of water. I don't know what it was until they showed that if you put ice in and it melts, and then it's just water again. So there's something here where it's like, oh, I think this is bigger than it actually is, more mysterious than it actually is. But when I take that leap of faith, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's part of the flow of me. It's just part of the natural existence of me. And that's going to be a very important thing for us because Scorpio, we walk the veil. And it's hard for people to understand us at times. That's why Scorpio is like one of the people where they're like, oh, Scorpios, they're hard to understand. They're so mysterious. They're so this, they're aloof. It's like you walk the veil between worlds. You are much more spiritually inclined than others. So people can find that hard. And you're also, when you're done, you're done. You're like, I'm not going to put on a front. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to move forward in this energy guided by spirit. And that is going to be very important. With the Fool reverse, we have to take that leap of faith. We have to also know that people don't always get us just innately, and that's okay. And then moves us to the Seven of Pentacles. It's that which correlates to the Eight of Wands. This is around money, okay? This is around our passion. We are impatient with the way that we want to move forward. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about patiently planting our seeds and watching them grow. And we're like, listen, I've been patient long enough. I want to see the results now. Capricorn is also a very result oriented, oriented sign. So during this time, we're going to be like, okay, if I think this, I should be able to put the time and energy into it and get it going. It's going to take a little bit more time than we realize. So just being aware of this is going to be important. Not being so hard on ourselves. Remembering, again, the cliche expression that each flower blooms at their own time is going to be very, very important for us. It moves us to our spirit message. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck to everyone. Here we have the flicker, and it said, new rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. And this is reversed, which really plays off of the Fool energy of like, no, it needs to be just this certain way, or I need to be familiar with it. That leap of faith is going to be hard for us. It's going to be trying for us. And just that acknowledgement, okay, this is going to be a bit scary, or okay, this is going to be a bit overwhelming. That's going to be so important because it gives us permission to have those emotions and then to still know, okay, this moon leading me in the best direction possible. And this moon is a culmination of the intention we set 6 months ago, which is at the beginning of the year. This moon correlates with our New Year's resolutions that we put forward, and we're going to see ourselves during this time in a very different place. And if we look back to the beginning of the year, we might not be where we want to be, right? We might sit there and say, oh, I wanted XYZ. I wanted to be so much further along, and I'm not there. So obviously I failed. And Spirit's like, oh, no, you didn't. Don't you dare say that to yourself, Scorpio, because this is going to be a time where you're so much closer. You're so much closer than you have been in a really, really long time. And you're actually going to find yourself in a much more grounded, stabilizing place because earth sign energy, it grounds you. And earth sign energy, right? We need it to hold the water. It holds the water of the rivers. We can move the earth, but we work in tandem with the earth. So that is very important. It moves us now to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have two. We have relationship and we have the inner child, which is interesting. This has come up as a combination before during this time frame. Relationship, here, this is our sacral chakra. We're very good with this. We have good relationships. We have a good relationship with ourselves, and which is interesting because this is our passion. This is our creativity. This is our sensual energy, right? And then we have the heart chakra come forward. And with the inner child, with the heart chakra coming forward, this is reversed, which means I have to honor the path that I have taken. I have to honor me when I was small, and me when I was growing and thought I knew it all, and me where I am now, who is still learning, who is still developing, who is still understanding the way I need to move forward. So here, we're connecting with that inner child. That is going to be very important because we're also connecting with the dreams of prosperity, abundance, and wealth that we had when we were little, in the way that we want to move forward, in the practicality that we saw, which might not be practical. When you're little, you don't have an understanding of money. When you're little, you don't have, an understanding of so much. Like all the ins and outs of things. Everything is much more black and white. And then as you grow, you realize that there's the shading that makes everything possible. So here, embracing our relationships, a relationship with ourselves especially, but also the relationship we have with our inner child. Because some of us Scorpio are trying to distance ourselves from that. It's like, oh, I was just, it's almost looking at ourselves and saying, I didn't know. And feeling sad or feeling like what that child wanted, they will never have. What we wanted as a child, we will never have. And Spirit's like, that is absolutely not true. We might have had our dreams shaped by, the media and used grandiose language. But if we step back and say, what's the heart of it all? Then we can start to see ourselves. And that's going to be, and that is a really important thing. So embracing that heart and embracing that love is just so important for us. Doing the inner child meditation, where you take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and seeing yourself as the adult you are now, kneeling down and holding your arms open, and the child you once were running into those arms. And tell that kid, I love you. I will always love you. I will always listen to you. You are my best friend, my greatest joy. I love you so much. And see how that makes you feel. Because I know for a lot of you, it will bring tears to your eyes. Just that sense of, I'm seen, I'm heard. It's not as hard as I thought it was, even if you know that it's a hard road that's ahead of you. It moves us then to our Lunar message. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, it doesn't. So let me put this aside. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is losing sight of our dreams, but we could also be, I'm just seeing us kind of being eaten by the dream of it all. People telling us, oh, I had my dreams. It was so easy for me. It was this, it was that. Kind of like the A-roll that we see on social media where everything is carefully curated just to be envy-inducing. And here we have to be very mindful about that because we do walk in dreams. We're water sign energy. We have more of an alignment with dreams than other signs do, okay? And we walk between the spirit world and the practical world. And so we have that alignment towards the fantastical, the impossible. It drives us. It drives us in a way that most never see. So just being aware of this and being aware that I can connect with my dreams, I connect with what I want, but I have to ground myself. I need that Capricorn energy to ground me. It's like being a kite, right? But you need somebody to hold on to the kite string or else you just fly away. It's like being a nest and being the bird. You need the nest to come home to. It moves us then to our Luna energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Wow. And spirit guides, angels. So interesting. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. All right. Ooh, sorry, I just hit my mic. Okay, so here we have resilience. We have this where we have a dream come forward that we're like, oh my gosh, a win. It's like we're so excited because it has been such a hard road, such a long road, and now a win is coming in. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then it says the answers you need are coming. We are going to see that we are astoundingly resilient. We could have thought, and we did think that life kind of happened. Oh, goodness. Life kind of happened to us. And we were just going this way with the waves and this way with the waves. And now we're starting to see that life had a plan. That spirit has a message for us. And we're moving forward towards a goal. And we are so much more resilient. And the answers we need are coming. We get this win and it's like, oh my gosh, I can do it. And it's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. Where it's like, oh my gosh, I can do it. I got this. And then it leads us to luck is on your side. The sense of taking aim, looking at the bigger picture, luck is on your side, but it's accepting. It's accepting your gifts. It's being able to say, I'm stepping into a role of my power. A lot of times I'm just seeing this. It's like, I didn't expect to have to take care of this all by myself, or I didn't expect life to get so hard. And here we have luck on our side. We have a beautiful connection with spirit or angels guiding us. We have a beautiful network of people around us too. And if you're saying, no, Dane, that's not me, then just know that your angels and spirit guides, biggest cheerleaders, want you to succeed in a way that would astound you, would bring tears to your eyes if you stop and listen to it, if you stop and listen to your angels. And it moves us then to an acceptance of ourselves, an acceptance of the duality of ourselves, the acceptance of these are my talents, this is what I love in life, this is who I am. This does not mean that our work has to be our passion. Our work can be what pays the bills, right? And our passion can be, coming home and being able to do XYZ. Or it can be saving and building towards something that we have always dreamt of. So sometimes we get caught up in, oh, it has to look this way. Kind of take our limiting ideas out of it and say, Spirit, guide me. Spirit, guide me forward. It leads us to a time to give rather than take. And what I see here is the planting of seeds, right? Things have slowed down because you need to plant the seeds, because you need to look at yourself. And it's going to be a beautiful time where all of a sudden it's like, oh, but what about this? And what about that? And nurturing this and nurturing that. It's not going to be speedy, 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 which is what we like in this world. We want everything to go really fast. It's going to slow down and we're going to start to see. And that is going to be very, very important. So when Spirit says it's a time to give rather than take, it isn't like, oh, I must sacrifice myself. I must give more of me. It's like, no, it's a time to give of your energy, your time, to slow things down and say, all right, this is how I'm building it forward, step by step by step. I'm taking the time, I'm planting the seeds, I'm weeding the garden, I'm moving it forward. A win-win outcome is forecast as we are blossoming into ourselves. We are working well with others. We are going to see that some sort of collaboration comes forward. Now, this may not be in work, right? We could work very singularly, but we're going to see that there's a collaboration coming forward in life in general. Okay, so this is money, or what we value as much as money. That's what the pentacles represent. And we're going to see a win-win outcome forecast, a sense of a balancing coming in as we collaborate with others, as we open up the door, as we, kind of bounce ideas off and we blossom into ourselves. It moves us then to adjustments are required. Now, here with the Fool, we already know that we're kind of stuck in our ways and we're afraid to take that leap. But once we release our fears and we say, I'm releasing the fear, the doubt, the chaos that is holding me back. I'm being kind to myself. I'm seeing myself. All of a sudden, we can start to make those adjustments. But until we release, until we say, okay, this is what I've been afraid of, or this is what has been overwhelming me, until we release, we'll be a little bit too rigid. And Capricorn full moon, plays into a rigidity, but plays into a practicality of it all. And Scorpio, we're not always the most practical, but that works for us. So just being aware of that is going to be a very important thing. So just to reiterate, Saturn energy, which rules Capricorn, all right, is very fact-based, knowledge-based, hard work, discipline, determination, step-by-step, prove to me that you can actually do it type of thing before you take the risk. So that can make it harder to take the risk, to take that leap of faith in ourselves, because it's like, well, I haven't proven it yet because I haven't taken that risk, but I can't prove myself until I take that risk. So it can be a bit of a catch-22 type of thing. So do be aware of that. We need to adjust how we're seeing ourselves. We need to release our fears and our doubts and a certain amount of rigidity. And then we step into that energy and we can take that leap. We can make the adjustments. We can see ourselves, allowing ourselves to start the journey. And it brings us then to a time for healing and abundance. Now, this is reversed along with the Seven of Pentacles being reversed. So what this means is that we can be going through a financially difficult time, or a time where it's involving money or what we value as much as money that is difficult. We don't necessarily see ourselves as abundant, and yet we are stepping in during this moon to a time of abundance. It's a time to heal. It's a time for healing. But we can be so focused on things falling apart or things not going the way that we had anticipated that we haven't let ourselves heal. We haven't given ourselves permission to heal. That is going to be one of the challenging things of this moon, because this moon is a worker moon. This moon is a blessed moon when it comes to work, when it comes to, success, when it comes to prosperity, right? But when it comes to taking care of ourselves, it's like, well, I can do that later. It's like, no, you need to take care of yourself now because you're important. You're important. And we want to see you thriving, not just merely surviving. And so here, it's a time for healing. It is. It's going to be difficult to embrace that. And it's going to be difficult to embrace the fact that you are an abundant being. because it's like, well, look at this veil, look at that veil, look at the win that you have. It's a small win. I'm not saying it's huge. It's a small win, but it changes everything. And it leads you on the path to abundance if you embrace the adage of slow and steady wins the race. And also not comparing yourself to others, because you're going to be like, oh, I'm not here, I'm not there. Don't assume their life is better than yours, because as somebody who can see beyond the veil of people's illusions, it's not. It's not better. So let's see here our subconscious energy. Here we have the meadowlark. It says, smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. I love that for you, Scorpio. So here, this is the subconscious spirit message, which is smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. And that's what spirit is saying here. It's like it all starts from within. And once we change the way that we're seeing things, and we can start to say, oh yeah, I can. It's like that fear that was holding us back, that doubt that was weighing heavy on us, it starts to lift. And that is beautiful. I love that. I love the meadowlark for you. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is the crown chakra. So we do have a blockage in our crown chakra around spiritual awakening. And Scorpio goes through this a lot in their lifetimes, because you are so close to the veil of the spirit world, where it could be like, I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to be embracing this. I want to be like everybody else. And Capricorn energy can be very like, okay, these are the roles. This is how you move forward. Can be very, kind of, I'm thinking like industrial revolution of it all. Like, here's how we manufacture everything, get everything out as quick as possible. And yours is more of a slower journey and a beautiful journey, like handmade especially for you. Couture, one might say. And so here with the blockage in the spiritual awakening, it's saying, it's letting ourselves say, I'm connected to spirit in a way that I may not understand, but I am opening up that connection, and I am seeing me move forward in power and in tenacity of being. And I am embracing what I love and who I am. And that will really help with the blockage around putting the crown on your head and saying, I am royalty. I am, I have stardust running through my veins, and I am a miracle in existence, and I love me. Which sounds very egotistical, but it's healthy. It's healthy to look at yourself and say, wow, I really love who I am. It moves us to the energy to be mindful of, which is the Two of Swords. We can be very stubborn, very stubborn. It has to be like this. It has to be like that. Again, Capricorn full moon coming out, which is very much a blessing, but it can be, Capricorn is represented by the devil in the major arcana. It can be that rigidity where it has to be like this. It has to be like that. I'm controlling the chaos, which can mean that we can fall into more chaos because we're trying to control the chaos in our lives by either escapism or, whatever ism, or controlism. So here, just be mindful about that, especially because Spirit is saying be mindful of being too rigid, too like it has to be like this or like that. Spirit's like, be that beautiful water sign energy. Let yourself go with the flow, which sounds silly, but it's going to be very important. It moves us then to our tarot energy, which is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, if you have fire sign energy in your chart, this comes through very powerfully and subconsciously. It's like, I am a student of my passion, of my prosperity, and of my success. I am a student of me. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so here with the Page of Wands, also know that subconsciously, Scorpio, you're going to be very affected by the young people in your life who are especially fire sign energy or have a lot of fire sign energy in their chart. They can be your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, children that you work with, or even just inspiration that you see. But it's young energy. Or there can be somebody in your life. It's very positive, but this person has a certain naivety about them where you sit there and you're like, of course you come across so young. Like, there's just this naivety to you. Like, of course you do. So just be aware of that. It moves us then to the moon saying to trust. Subconsciously, the moon is saying to us, trust me, I got you. And then it says here, a fiery climax approaches and it's reversed. So here it's like trust, but it's not going to be that fierce burst that we want. We want to see it because we're human and that's what we want. It's going to be a slower connection. It's going to be a slower burn, but it's like the slow burn that lasts forever. And that is going to be a beautiful thing that you play off of, that you build off of, and that absolutely is beautiful for you. Okay. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and be safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this moon and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye. Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 21st, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, which gets the message of spirit out to more people. So thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is linked in the description box below. And I look forward to reading for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Fantastic. Okay. So we are crowned here for this full moon in Capricorn with the Hermit. So this is Virgo energy. This is our sister sign. It can bring out the best in us. It can bring out the worst in us. But with it in the upright position, it's bringing up the best in us. This moon is going to get us very focused. We're going to become a little bit quiet. We're going to become a little bit introspective, or a lot of bit introspective. And we're going to be looking at things, and people might think, oh, you're retreating, you're not utilizing your talents. You are looking at things from all different angles, and you're saying to yourself, this is how I'm moving forward. This is what I'm going after. This is what I want from my life and for myself. So this is going to be a big deal. Why this is a blessed moon is because this moon in Capricorn is all about hard work. It's all about determination and focus and getting to where it is that we want to be, because we set that intention for ourselves during this new moon, during the new moon in Capricorn, right? And that was 6 months ago. It was during the, setting not your intentions, but kind of like, your New Year's resolution. That's what I was looking for. And we're going to see with this moon during this time that it's highlighting how far we've come from where we were in the beginning of the year and how determined and focused we are. Even if we're not all the way there yet, it's very much empowering for us. It's like, okay, you've come so far, you've achieved so much. It moves us then to the Hangman reverse. Now, what's very interesting here is that we're questioning ourselves. We kind of want to fit in a bit more. We're thinking, oh, should I change me? I should be more like this. I should be more like that. What you're going to see with this moon is that, okay, so part of this moon is about Capricorn energy, fitting in, finding your box, going and moving that way, right? But what we're also going to see is I have to follow my prosperity and my success. And I have to follow what lets me shine and move forward in my talents. And so here, even though we're looking at ourselves and saying, how can I fit in more? It's like, but how do I also stand out? How do I fit in and stand out at the same time? So we can be looking at things and wanting to change ourselves, but ultimately realizing, like, just stepping into more of our authenticity, stepping into more of like, this is who I am, like it, great, don't like it, okay. But that's going to be really empowering. We are having a bit of struggle with that. It then moves us to the Four of Cups reverse. We have a tendency during this time, and everybody has it, to be super stubborn. It's like Capricorn energy coming out. It's like, okay, this is the way it has to be done. And we're going to be looking at things and say, this is the way it has to be done. Spirit is going to be tapping us on the shoulder, has been actually for a while, tapping us on the shoulder. This is a time where it hits us upside the head. It's like, look at this. You're going to get thrown a curveball during this time, in the month of July, I would take the whole month of July and say, during this month, you're going to be thrown a curveball. It doesn't have to happen exactly on the 21st, right? Though it can happen very close to it, but it's going to move you forward in a way that you hadn't imagined for yourself. And this is also very important because we're ruled by Neptune. I know, I just did a 360 here, right? We're ruled by Neptune, and Neptune has been in retrograde since the 1st of July. No, since the 2nd of July. And it will be in retrograde till the 7th of December. Now, this can knock us out of sorts, but also what it's going to do for us, primarily Pisces, is it's taking the illusions of things, the dreams of things, the what ifs of things, and it's giving us the reality of it. And it's going to be much more blunt. It's going to be a much more blunt, much more like, oh, if A, then B type of time than we're usually used to, because we're ruled by the ruler of the unseen world. And so we can see what isn't. And sometimes that can make it a little bit hard with planning, with getting things moving forward, because we're like, well, I know this is supposed to happen, and we're right, it is. It's just that the time frame is always hard for us to see. So acknowledging that during this time is also going to be important. On the 2nd of July, we also had Mercury moving into Leo. And so this makes us a lot more blunt with our words, but this also makes people around us much more blunt with their words. So do be aware of that. We're going through the astrology of July for us because it's very empowering, and like this moon is the crescendo of it. So I'm not sure what date it was, but Polaris has come out of retrograde and is going direct in Scorpio. And what that means for us is that we are connecting with our dreams, with our creative world, with our inner wisdom. And we're doing so in a very practical way because of this full moon in Capricorn. And then it moves us to Venus entering into Leo on the 11th of July, which, we're not necessarily the keenest on, but it makes us all very cat-like in love. It's like, this is what I want. And that's actually going to be a little bit reassuring for you because you're like, oh, I can see what you want really quickly, and I can know whether I can give it or not. So that's actually a really good thing for you, Pisces. And then on the 20th of July, we have Mars entering into Gemini. We can be a little bit combative with our words, right? Be mindful about this with everybody. Everybody's kind of like rearing up for a good fight, and we don't want to engage in that. It's because we're also moving towards a lot more peace, a lot more harmony. And what we're going to see here as well is that we're also very clear with our boundaries. So just be mindful that our words can be weapons, but we're very clear with our boundaries. It moves us to the 6 of Swords reverse. We want things to move very quickly. And that's a trait of this moon, of this time. We want things to move a lot more quickly than they are. Capricorn energy, slow moving. Earth sign energy is slow moving. But what we're going to see is that if we rush things too quickly, we're going to get blindsided by something. We're going to be overwhelmed, or we're going to look at things and think, oh wow, if only I took my time. And here, Spirit's like, be mindful about this because they want you to kind of like look both ways before crossing the street. That's going to be the type of time you need to take. It's not a lot of time. It's just, oh, okay, let me see this. Let me look at this. Let me cautiously and succinctly move forward in my energy. It brings us then to the Knight of Swords. We're the hero of our story. And that's what we're embracing during this time, is being the hero of our story. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Knight of Swords, I always see this as Prince Charming energy, like the sense of slaying the dragon, slaying the dragon, cutting through the poison of this world, slaying our dragons will hold us back, cutting through the poison of the toxicity of others, and ascending, embracing the ascension into awakening a truer form of ourselves and a deeper connection with the sacred feminine, sacred masculine aspect that is us. And that's what we're doing during this time. We're looking at things and saying, okay, what holds me back? What is it that is denying me the way to move forward? And it's going to be part of our spoken world. It's going to be part of our actions and the words that we're telling ourselves. And we're going to look at them now and think, no, that was a lie, not true, moving forward. And that's going to be a very big deal. And then moves us to the 7 of Pentacles. We have a bit of problem with patience during this time. Just be aware of that. We want everything to have happened yesterday, which is fantastic, superhuman of us, but it's not necessarily going to be the best thing for growing and kind of like embracing the steady calm that we need. So just know with the Seven of Pentacles reverse, we don't want to wait around for things to grow. We want things to happen yesterday, and we're going to be impatient. If we can look at that impatience and say, I don't care. Like, I don't care how impatient you are. You're still going to have to wait and do this properly. That's really going to serve us well. Especially since we can have somebody kind of like, being like, you need it faster, or you need to do this, or why aren't you here right now? Slow and steady wins the race. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, and if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck to everyone. Angels and spirit guides. Here we have the crane reversed. So it says here, you'll soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. Oh, I love this. I love this. It's reversed, so not as cool as if it was upright, but there is an energy coming forward of connection, of love, a partnership. Now, this could be a romantic partnership if you're looking for a romantic relationship. This could be a business partnership if you're looking for that. Whatever type of partnership it is, here we can be in a relationship right now or partnership not really going to be long lasting. We are moving towards finding that goal, finding that self. But what we're going to see here is that we're thinking it's us. Like, oh, I'm not working, like, I'm not doing this right. What we do is as we look into ourselves and look at what we want, it's like, oh, I am doing this just fine. It's not saying that we don't grow and we don't learn and we don't evolve. That's very important. But we're going to get caught with seeing things one way. And then Spirit's going to change that for us. Spirit's going to throw us a curveball that we're like, oh, this is the way you want me to build it? Oh, this is the way you want me to go? And it's going to kind of come out of left field. Seriously, it's going to take us by surprise. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have two. We have the third eye. We have a blockage there with clarity. So we're not necessarily seeing things as clearly as we would like to. An acknowledgement of that. Tapping our third eye can be highly beneficial to us. It will help, kind of break up that blockage. But we're embracing our heart chakra and play. And that's really beautiful for us. So I do love that for you, that you're embracing play, because we as human beings, if we don't feel safe, we don't play. So embracing play, embracing joy, that is going to be a really important thing. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is a Seven of Wands. Yeah, this is kind of revving up for a fight. This is being ready for being attacked, because you have been attacked in the past. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to stand guard. I'm going to be ready. But whenever I see the Seven of Wands, Spirit always shows me a clenched fist, right? This is exhausting. Do this just for a little bit and like really, really clench your fist. It's not even the way you throw a good punch, right? So here, there's a sense of like, shake out your hand and relax. And relax. And that's going to be the way you can move your muscles better, be more prepared to defend yourself when you need to, but not exhaust yourself and not exhaust your energy. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. It's like, okay, I'm going to want to have my energy be really tight. Like I feel like I have to be ready for something, because you're kind of trying to protect yourself from a change you know is coming, but Spirit's going to blindside you. Just acknowledging that, being ready for that, that's okay. It's like, that's okay. I'm going to be okay. It moves us to our Lunar message. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And this is what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Whoa, okay. And we're going to go a little bit deeper. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. Interesting. And show me clearly. Oh, you're the first person to have the Capricorn full moon come out and talk for herself. Ooh, I love this. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So it's really interesting here is that we are crowned with this energy of like, yes, we retreat into ourselves, but this moon is asking us to surrender. And we don't want to. We want to control, which is also very much a Capricorn trait. It's to learn to live with chaos and not to control the chaos, but to ride the waves of a chaos. That is a Capricorn's, like one of the Capricorn's main goals in life, to learn that lesson and reasons for being here. So as we surrender, your commitment is being tested. It's not. We are super committed to what we're doing, but it's really hard to surrender to the road of it, to the chaos of it, but also surrender to the power of ourselves. As we look inward, we're going to see that power and we're going to be thinking, oh no, I'm not that powerful. I can't do this. And it's going to be important for us to say, oh yes, you can. It moves us then to an end of a tough cycle approaches. And that's the full moon in Capricorn. Embrace your will. Embrace your determination. Don't look at yourself and sit there and say, I have to fit in. I have to be just like this. I have to be just like that. You have to learn how to make standing out work for you, how to make your talents work for you. You're not meant to blend in. You found this channel here. You're watching this. You could be anywhere else on the internet, doing anything else, in real life on the internet, and you're here. It means you were born to stand out. You were born different. And it's time to embrace that. It moves us then to luck is on your side, because it is. You're lucky and you are blossoming. But Spirit is going to throw you a curveball, so be prepared. A time of healing is reversed. We want to move things forward. We don't want to take the time to heal. But embracing self-love, that moves us closer to our healing. And embracing loving ourselves, we're like, oh, okay, I can fit that in, But by embracing loving ourselves, but fully in compassion, not loving ourselves because, oh, I achieved the right way, or I did this the right way, or I did that the right way. I hit some arbitrary goal. It's like, no, I love me because I am me, because I am a miracle, because I have stardust running through my veins, because I'm here in this moment in time and it's extraordinary. I love me. That is super, super important. And it brings us forward in a healing that is profound. And then it says here, it's time to take action. And with the Knight of Swords, it's very interesting that we have this reverse. It's like, no, I don't want to take action. I'm seeing how resilient I am. We do have to take action because we're a knight. Knights are action oriented. But this moon is going to slow us down in one way or another. We're going to see the action comes after the moon, but the moon is going to bring us a clarity that helps us to open up. It helps us to move us forward. We are resilient. We should have fallen a long time ago, but we haven't. And we're not going to. We're just not. It's time to release negativity, and it brings change. Be patient with yourself. You're not going to want to be. But it's time to release the negativity, because it will bring change. It will change your whole entire world. All right. Let's see our subconscious energy. It begins with the white turkey, and it says, the power to heal the earth is within you. Oh, Pisces, I love that. The power to heal the earth is within you. And my gosh, this is earth need healing. It moves us then to our chakra energy, which is truth. Say the truth. You don't have to say it to everybody else. You don't have to sit there and like the world isn't our confessional, but say what's true for you, to you. This is my truth. This is how I'm moving forward. This is how I see it. This is how I'm going after what I want. Speak the truth. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. And this is the fact that we're fighting a change that is coming. We're fighting being reborn. So just acknowledging this is going to be important, because we can feel like I'm off center, and Spirit's like, no, you're right where you need to be. And it might be off center, but askew, akimbo is where you need to be right now. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Two of Pentacles. We're balancing a lot. And we have to see what's important, because right now we're giving our energy, and we're going to burn out. We need to balance. We need to, yes, do multiple things in our lives, but we need to kind of also be aware of like one thing at a time. Harmony, harmony, harmony. It moves us then to faith reversed. Having faith in the moon, having faith in ourselves, having also a faith, is going to be important. And that being reversed is like, okay, what do I believe in? What is bigger than me? And then we have here, expect powerful change. As much as change is a huge part of this reading, we're having a hard time subconsciously expecting powerful change, because it's like, I've had faith before. I let go. I trusted the universe and it didn't change. Or like I went through really hard times. But here's the thing. That was part of your path. I know we don't like to say this. And it's not that like we're responsible for the bad things that happen to us. No. But coming out the other end of a really hard time transforms you like nothing else. And so here, we're not expecting powerful change because we're like, oh, the world's going to be pulled out from underneath us. Everything's going to go wrong. It's like, no, you've been forged. And now you're using that sword. Now you're using your mind, your tenacity, your resilience to carve your way in the world, to be like, I stand in my power. This is me. And nothing and no one can stop you. You are astoundingly strong. Come to this world with love and light. Love and harmony and kindness and compassion. And yes, people think, oh, you're weak. Oh, you can't possibly, because you're not coming forward with the brute force strength that our world is used to, tyrant strength that our world is used to. It's like, no, come to it with the strength of love. And you've changed your world. And I cannot tell you how many people you are touching with that energy. Like, just that energy is like, wow, that's extraordinary. You're extraordinary, Pisces. Okay. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.